Just wish I knew the right things to say, 'cause I'm so tired of being blue, and I'm so damn tired of living without you. I'm such a mess, I'm so distraught, 'cause the thing about love is it cannot be bought. And I'm so tired of feeling this way. Oh, I just wish I knew how to make you stay. 'Cause I'm so tired of being blue, and I'm so damn tired of living without you. I wish I could say the way that I feel, 'cause I know in my heart this love could be real. Oh no, so have I waited far too long to tell you, dear. And as someone else come along like I feel. So if you ever turn out alone, just toss this dog another bone and be with me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, today we're pleased to have with us our good friend Milkman, otherwise known as Dino. And, well, usually it's the big band. Today, a very, very tiny band consisting entirely of Ethan.
Can we call you the 10% band?
Yeah, or Skim Milkman.
Skim Milk. Why didn't I think of that?
Skim Milkman.
That is excellent. That's excellent. Well, you know, I hate to tell you, Dino, we paid for the whole big band. We got one other guy.
Well, let me ring him up. I'll get him down here.
Yeah,
What's the address again?
Wow.
I think it's too late. We'll just have to deduct that from the residuals here.
Yeah.
Yeah, deduct it from the pay.
Yeah.
I want a 10% increase of zero. That's nothing.
Yeah. Sorry about
So
that.
introduce yourself, Lee, before
All
we
right.
introduce
Well,
Dino.
my name is Lee Zimmerman, and I'm here with my buddy.
Scott Shanklin. Oh, you want me to say my name? Sorry,
Yes,
I
we
missed
do,
that. I missed
Scott.
that.
You need
The
the
handoff sucks. I'm
airtime.
terrible.
Yeah, and we're the co-hosts of Blount County Live, which is dedicated to bringing local musicians the attention they deserve, those that are from Blount County or those that frequently play in Blount County.
We like to focus on Blount County musicians, although we're not too particular. We love to bring in the folks who play in and around the area who are from here.
Yeah.
Dino, where are you from? You're
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Born and raised.
Born and raised.
But hey, we played at the Capitol Theater. That's
There
in
you
Blount
go.
County.
We love that
That's
spot.
right.
What did you do that for?
The Living Live. You wrote a thing on it, too.
Yeah, it was some kind of fundraiser, some high school, I think.
Cool.
or something.
Yeah, so it was like a Pellissippi student. He had like
Okay.
a final he had to do for the audio department. And I think he made his thing be, like he kind of took it overboard. He made it like a festival. And so we knew some people involved in that. We played that. And
Nice.
you wrote a thing for it, I remember.
Yeah,
Aw, I
exactly.
wish I'd have known about that.
It's pretty
Yeah,
exciting.
that was 2 years ago now. And they did another one last year. Yeah. I think they're trying to make it a yearly thing because the Capitol Theater, I don't think does music
Such a
very
cool
often.
No,
like it's
it's
mostly like
underused.
weddings.
Yeah.
I went to a wedding there I was in a wedding a few years ago there, and it's a cool venue.
Yeah, private
Yeah,
parties or
beautiful
individual things, but not necessarily. I mean, it'd be a great spot for musical acts. I remember when we first moved here and stumbled into that spot. And we're like, are you kidding? Our kids were little, and they would just go out, dance up on the stage after consuming a great amount of ice cream, and we're drinking the espresso, so we're all like happy to rock. And yeah, they dance all on the stage, and I'd love to see more musical acts there. How many did you have for that show? I mean,
18 or something.
18.
It was. I mean, I think I upset them with how many people I brought.
they're like,
you're the big band.
No more bands.
Come
Sorry,
on.
no more bands.
Yeah. Well, it's difficult to find stages that can accommodate us. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you have the same core group that's around 18 to 21. I know that's
Yeah, and it changes. I mean,
Sure.
The nucleus of this thing is my writing partner Ryan, plays trombone, and Ethan, our organ player, who's been here since the start. And so the three of us are kind of the core, and we won't do a gig unless all three of us can be there.
Right.
I really feel like Ethan's steering the boat, on this whole thing.
I mean, every band has their core group, or at least their partner, but then you add in strings and horns,
backup singers, guitar players, percussion.
Do you
You
hire-
have it all, too. You have it all. Don't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to make sure that we could pay tribute and do justice by the music I like. And all the music I like has these, giant productions, like Phil Spector Productions, George Martin Productions. And, you can do what we just did, where we just played acoustic and harmonium. And, that's how the songs start. You start with just that one thing and you build outward.
Yeah.
Like that song we just played, it started just with me on acoustic guitar, and then we added everybody.
Sure.
But all that to say, if we're gonna play some Beatles songs, we just played at the Bijou a few weeks ago. We ended with the Abbey Road medley, and we had the strings and the horns. You can't really do that without the strings and the horns.
No.
And you could, but it's too
You did
cool
it
not to.
proper.
Yeah, we did. We transcribed, note for note what they did.
That was an awesome show. So, and you recorded that too. That's going to be on an album in the future.
So
eventually.
last year's Bijou show is going to be coming out as an album.
Okay.
But this year's Bijou show, we taped it, but it's going to sit in the archive for a while.
Yeah.
I think this year actually this is horrible marketing for this album that's coming out, but I think we did better this year than we did last year. But we're far along on the production on that one, and I think since we have a good relationship with the Bijou and we're going to try to keep going there every year, I think in a few years from now we'll put out like a sampling of of various years.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But this one that's coming out is going to be exclusively that Bijou.
That's cool. That's cool.
2025.
Wow.
And you were at that one.
Yeah, man.
And we almost got snowed out.
I'm a fan. I wrote liner notes for your live album, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah. And that album was selections from different venues around town. We from UT and then from Yeehaw Brewing Company.
Yep.
And
I saw they
everyone
were
talks about how
sponsors.
great your liner notes are, by the way.
Well, thank you. Okay, we're not going to take anything out
More
of the
about
residuals.
Lee.
You convinced me. No money out of the residuals because of that compliment. Yeah. So
I know how to milk it,
Yeah,
right?
you do. Oh man.
But I think
it's
the
terrible.
question
I love
that's
your
on
puns.
everyone's lips, the name Milkman. How did that come about? It's a very simple explanation. I know.
Well, I like drinking milk.
Yeah.
I mean that's all it comes down to. You start drinking milk when you're a kid or a baby or whatever, and then you switch to cow milk.
Yep.
And I never stopped drinking milk. And everyone's giving me grief about it my whole life. Why are you drinking milk? We're at a bar right now. Why are you drinking milk? You're smoking. You're
weird.
drinking milk. Shut up. I'm
Yeah.
drinking milk.
Yeah.
And so everyone would be like, hey, milkman, hey, milkman. And, during the pandemic, I was learning to write and record. I didn't really start this until just a few years ago. I'm completely untrained, uneducated in music. I was a communications student at UT.
Really?
I've never taken a music lesson in my life.
Really?
Wow.
No piano lessons, no guitar
Nothing.
lessons.
I just sat down
self-taught.
and figured it out. Yeah.
Self-taught. Right on, dude. That's
And,
cool.
I became obsessed with Paul McCartney and the Beatles at 17. And then when I was 20, during the pandemic, learned to write and record and do all this stuff. But then come 2021, we needed to get out there. We were bored just sitting in the house, trying to play. And so Ethan and I and Ryan and some of the other guys early on said, well, what if we just go to an open mic night and crash it? What if we just show up?
That's what they're for.
Well, you go and it's like, okay, I got my acoustic guitar. This is about my wife and whatever. Boom. I wanted to show up with 8 people. So we showed up with a tuba and a Hammond organ, and we just pulled in. And they were like, what are you guys doing? And so it came time. You know, we need a name. And we're in the car on the way there. The organ's in the back. The tuba's in the back seat. And, you know, we're all crammed in this car and like a convoy of cars. And we're at the red light. I was like, we'll just be like Dino and the Diplomats or something, because I love Denny Lane.
Dino,
from,
Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
the Moody Blues.
I love that.
And so I got up. Well, we were in the car, and I was driving, and I had milk, like a Weigel's milk in the cup holder. And I said, okay, guys.
As one has in their cup holder.
As I have.
As one
and so,
Dino has.
I said, what if we're Milkman and the Big Band? And everyone starts bursts out laughing in the car.
Yeah.
And I said, no, I'm not.
You're mad that you thought of that.
I was like, yeah, this is stupid. I've been harassed my whole life about my milk consumption.
Yep.
And here I'm going to go on stage. And mind you, this is the first time I've been on stage, like, ever.
Dude.
Wow.
And
First time.
well, in high school, I was in a high school band. I played trumpet, and I was in a concert
shows.
band. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but this was like the first time, like, as an adult. You know, I was 21 years old. And so we get inside, and the whole band is standing behind me, and the guy goes, okay, you here for the open mic? Okay, I'll write your name down. Is it a band or a solo performer? It's a band. Okay, what do you have, drums, bass, guitar? Oh, I've got 8 people. We got tuba, saxophone, trombone, organ.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, oh, hell. Okay, what do you guys call yourselves? And I turn around, and everyone's like,
Do it.
Wow, good
Do
for
it.
them.
and I
Good for
said,
you.
we are Milkman and the Big Band. And he said, oh, that's great. You guys get to go first. So we went, we played. The whole bar was going crazy, and they said, you know, encore, encore. And the guy said, you got one more? And I said, no. These were the only 3 songs we knew, and we left. And that was it.
That was it. I thought you were going to say you had 5 more and just rock the whole night out. Nope.
No, that was it. That was the start.
Give them the taste and then go away.
Exactly. And so
Keep 'em on
after
more.
that, we just kept going to these open mic nights.
That's freaking
And,
awesome.
You know, the intention never was to be a live band.
Yeah.
I've always been a huge fan of Steely Dan as well. And I like the whole concept
Yep.
of, you know, you have 2 writers or a nucleus, like the Gershwin brothers,
Yep.
you know, Lennon, McCartney, these groups, where you have, you know, they write and then they bring in session musicians. And that's what I wanted to do. But we had too much fun playing.
Yeah.
Like, it was just too much fun. And, you know, I never sought to be a performer, really. I mean, I wanted to be a songwriter and a, you know, a producer and arranger and an engineer. That was first. But we had so much fun. I knew I had to keep doing it. And people just kept saying, hey, can I join your band? And so it just kept getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And then I said, well, you know, we're at 16. You know, I want 4 strings. Okay, that puts us at 20. Well, it'd be kind of cool. I'm kind of getting hoarse by the end of the show. It'd be nice to have some girls sing. So we got 3 backup singers. And, like, it just kept going and going and going.
That's
and so,
cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
But it's never gotten to be, you know, overwhelming. When you see us, it's all it's all forensically mapped out. Everyone has sheet music that we write.
Sure.
You know? And, you know, if you're going to be in this, you got to be able to read music. I can't read music, but don't tell them that. Like, Ryan and Ethan can read music.
This guy.
But, you know, I mean, Paul McCartney can't read music.
No, he can't. You're right.
But, you know, I'll write the songs and the lyrics and the melody.
Yeah.
And I'll get it on paper and I'll Sharpie it out. And, you know, Ryan and I will sit down and then something we've been doing on this record is we'll get the score before we do any horns and strings. And I'll get highlighters. I'll be like, blue is horns, yellow is strings. And I'll highlight where in the song I want the things. And then he does it. And yeah, that's how we work together.
Nice.
Wow.
Let's hear it for Jeremy LeDuc. He's not getting cut out of this podcast.
Yeah.
I know that he's in it. Thank you so
Jeremy.
much.
Such a nice fellow.
Jeremy is our newest production assistant, unpaid intern. And his job is literally to make sure the mic stays in front of
he had a
face.
better job before. It was a more executive, very important job, but he's been demoted.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jeremy.
Good job, buddy.
I'm sorry that you had to hear it this way.
So do you hire from the symphony? Do you do any of the symphony folks?
Where do you get them from?
Well,
Yeah.
I wish we could say we hire anybody because everybody's free. You know, we're not really making any money doing this whole thing.
Yeah.
We have a few people that play in the symphony or go to UT or just are involved in the community. I mean, it's just interesting that I've discovered, like, you can really, like, stereotype, like, the type of music people like based on what instrument they play. Because when we have the strings come in, they're very snooty and, you know, where do I come in on, you know, whatever, you know, let's tune to 440 or whatever. And they're very, you know, nose up, you know, classical music.
Yeah.
But then, you know, you have the rock and rollers, you know, little, stoners.
Like, what key are we in?
Yeah, and so they roll in late, and then the horn players are kind of nerdy. They were in concert band and marching band, and so bringing all these people together, it's like a madhouse.
That's got to be fun.
Rehearsals are interesting, but we all play together.
That's got to be fun.
How would you classify Ethan here?
Mastermind, genius.
He's playing a harmonium, right?
Music reader.
That I conned him into playing the harmonium. I know.
Yeah, that's kind of unusual.
I went to high school with Ethan. We were in interactive multimedia, which is like programming and coding.
Cool.
And
where?
Bearden High School.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Class of 17 and class of 18.
God, I have socks older than you, and I'm really getting a little irritated by that. But
I think I do too, but I didn't know I was that old. Anyway.
And Paul McCartney. You're obsessed with Paul McCartney.
Beyond obsessed.
Yeah. So, and you're wearing Paul McCartney.
Yeah, I saw that.
You just went to like 18 concerts or
something. Well,
and
I went to 2 sound checks and 2 concerts.
That's pretty amazing.
I've seen him in Duluth, Georgia, in 2017, July 13th, 2017.
Have you met him? Have you had?
No. This is why I'm so jealous of Leader.
You've seen the pictures of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm. How could that be me? No, but I saw
vicariously. That's what we do.
I don't know. Well, hey, someday I'll be able to meet him, right?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I hope.
I'm sure.
No, but anyway.
Yeah. Hold out.
Yeah, I love his music and his story, and I've just seen him a bunch of times, and just a huge fan.
Yeah.
He's the reason I got into this whole music thing, because I was in school to do programming and coding. I was in the computers, and I think my parents' big aspiration for me was cybersecurity or computer, whatever, computer
some
science.
IT moneymaker. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And by age 17, I was in coding club. I was not digging it, and that summer, I begged my parents. I was like, "We gotta go see Paul McCartney. We gotta go see." So we went and saw him in Duluth, Georgia.
That was your first show at 17. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
That was the second concert I've ever been to.
Cool.
Really? Wow.
Cool.
What an introduction.
The first concert was Eric Clapton at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, there you go.
That was another thing I begged my parents. I literally.
There you go.
Yeah, it was, and I skipped the ACT. My parents let me skip the ACT so we could go see Clapton.
Excellent. But your favorite album, you say, is Pet Sounds.
Well, I love Brian Wilson too.
Oh,
all right, but we can't.
Incredible.
Paul, if you're watching, he doesn't.
Well, it's Paul's favorite album too.
Well, that's
okay.
True.
So we're on the same.
And
wavelength.
it's an amazing
That's
album.
true.
I mean, everything the Beatles did was amazing.
And Pet Sounds
and would be my
a great
favorite
album. So you had a documentary on recently.
Yes, on it's a television special that was on PBS.
Right, East Tennessee PBS. Are they going to rebroadcast that, or do you know of a way for people to see that?
So they did their initial run that correlated with our Bijou show this past January.
Right.
But they are going to air it throughout the year periodically, and we'll post on our
Excellent.
pages when you can watch again. But within 2-3 weeks, when is this coming out?
Oh, in 2 or 3 weeks.
Perfect. Well, right now you can go on our YouTube page and watch it, because it'll be on our page as well.
That's
On
about
our
time.
YouTube.
That's
Okay.
perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
And again, I have to mention that I was interviewed.
Yes,
for that.
and he did excellent. And he
did a great
texted
job.
me all concerned. Did I do well? Did I do?
Well,
he speaks
it's
more
the
than anyone
artist.
else in it. He did phenomenal.
I only saw
He
the
did
little clip
perfect.
that they just released on social media. Is there a longer interview? Is there a longer?
I just want to know how much of my interview ended up on the cutting room floor.
Hardly any of it.
Oh.
It was
Oh,
excellent.
I love that.
Hardly any of it.
Just give me a moment here.
Just where you talking about what you wanted for lunch after we were done.
Excuse me.
Are you
just
looking
give
at the
me a
camera
moment.
this time or the light? Last time he was staring at the light the whole time, and I'm like,
Great
Lee, are you
Beyond,
looking at the light?
Great Beyond. Yeah.
No, but we put that together. I executive produced it.
Yep, I saw that.
I didn't tell them what interview stuff to put in. Okay, I wasn't patting my back the whole time.
Oh.
Our friend Jacob Hale from Lock and Key Productions, he directed it.
Shout out.
And we filmed it, the interview segments at HP Video. So shout out to Roger Harb, our buddy, who introduced us all those years ago.
Roger,
Yeah.
what's his last name?
Harb.
Harb.
Yes.
Awesome.
Great guy.
Free Palestine, right? Or whatever. He's from Palestine, right?
I know. He's a little bitter, but sorry, buddy. Anyway,
But yeah, so
Yeah.
we filmed it at
that was
his.
a conversation stopper right there.
That's okay. That's how we edit.
Okay.
Yeah, we can snip. I guess that is controversial. Right?
Yeah.
I don't follow politics.
We will. Now, we have one more song for you, and we need to create a fake transition where we go to transition to to his next song.
Okay.
Are we going to do that, or Jeremy really wants us to do
and
the
then
Wayne's
we'll
World?
be back to say goodbye.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back to say goodbye. Okay.
If I had the world in my hand, I would do anything to be the best that I can, to give it all to you, just for you. If I could trust that look in your eyes, there'd be no question as to why I left it all to you, just for you. If I could hold you one more time, I wouldn't mess it up, I wouldn't spare a single dime, to make sure you're happy, healthy, and always mine. If I had the world in my hand, I would do anything to be the best that I can, to give it all to you, just for you. Oh, for you.
And more. Okay,
Yeah.
that was
I
terrible.
like that noise.
Thank you.
Talented youngster.
I love those. I love those
thank
songs,
you.
man. That was
Yeah,
really
it's a
fun.
beautiful song.
And you know what I thought was really cool is, like you said earlier, where we got to hear it almost as written. Do you get to do any shows where it's just you and Ethan, or you and a small number of the band, where it's not as big? When and where do you do shows like that?
Well, so we've never really done anything like that.
Really?
This is the first time we've done something like that, just for you guys.
What?
Because and admittedly, part of the reason we've kept such a large band too is I'm very stage shy, and so having that many people up there helps me feel like I'm in the basement with my friends.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if it's just me, I'm like,
You are in the basement with your friends.
oh yeah, hey, we are.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's chill down here, and that's the way we like it.
But we did a WDVX Blue Plate special where we did acoustic.
Yeah, but you had about 6 or 7.
No, it was like 11 people.
Yeah, 11 people still.
Well, and then we were gonna launch this thing we were gonna call Milkman and Company, and it was just gonna be like a smaller group. But that's boring. I don't want to do that. I only want to play if it's like a real show.
Big band. It's literally in your name.
Well, beyond that, we could gig or whatever, for money or whatever. But this was never about that. For me, I just want to put on a high production show. That's what this is about. It's never been about gigging for money.
Right. So free concerts by Dino, Milkman,
And most of them
and the
have
Big
them
Band.
free.
And you're available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll do it. Call me. No,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I mean, hey, the Bijou gigs have paid very nicely. So well, don't tell anybody that.
That's what I was talking to. The people at the Bijou were like,
Oh,
wait,
wait.
it could have been free.
Yeah, don't tell them that.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
But but we are going to launch some Milkman and the Small Band shows.
Right on.
We're
How
going to
many
be doing
people will you limit that to?
only 10. Only.
hilarious.
But it's still
Less than half.
It's still that's a good sized stage. You got to find the right place that'll make that happen. You know, we're big music lovers of live music in Blount County at Bracken's and Two Doors and Tri Hop is doing their thing with Jay Clark. What is it? The second Tuesday of every month.
Second Tuesday of every month.
Jay's Shindig.
Shindig.
And yeah, that's a lot of fun.
It
Still
is.
a small stage, but I mean 6 to 8. Even if you spilled out a little bit.
Yeah.
And we did it in the summer. Listen to me,
Yeah.
I'm like I'm part of it too. I'm not, but I am.
You could be.
I kind of am. I'm friends.
You could be one of the new backup singers. You know what our backup singers are called?
Oh,
No.
The Dairy Queens.
The Dairy Queens?
Uh-huh.
I want to be
He's
a
got a
Dairy
gig.
Queen. I want to be a Dairy Queen.
Go for it.
But I don't want to get sued, so we're thinking about changing it to Dairy Divas.
Even better.
How about, in this case, Dairy Dude?
Okay, that
The
works.
Dairy Dude.
Yeah, the Dairy
yeah.
Divers and the Dairy
Well,
Dude.
when we first started pitching the idea of having these backup singers, I was thinking about the Raylettes, you know, Ray
Yes.
Charles backup
Yes.
singers. Well, and then
Yes.
they became the Cookies. But then-
Dinettes.
Well, it was going to be
Cutlery.
well, and you know the Ronettes, and
Yes,
then
that's it.
Steely Dan has the Danettes for
Oh, I
their
didn't
live
know
band.
that. Okay.
Well, we were talking about the Milkettes, but that sounds a little gross, so we kind of cut that real quickly, and that's why we went with Dairy Queens.
That's great. I still love the Dairy Queens now. That makes
Yeah.
perfect sense. But
Yeah.
you got it. Yeah.
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 Or the malted
Copyright.
milk.
See,
I don't
we're
know.
getting too into it.
We are.
And that's
getting
the thing.
too
I wanted to leave. If you notice, like in our brand, our marketing and brand stuff, I've always tried to keep the milk stuff out of it. Like it's called Milkman.
Yeah.
But I'm not wearing a stupid milkman costume. The amount of people have asked me, "Can you wear the hat and have the
Really?
jug?" No, because I'm not delivering
Yeah.
your milk. I'm taking your milk.
Right. That's
Like, I'm
another
the milk
PBS
taker.
special.
I'm not the milk deliver.
Right.
But you're Milkman and you're Dino. So which is it? Dino, Milkman.
Yes.
Okay. It's a lot though to absorb.
Well, it's his stage name, though. I mean,
yeah, it's your
Yeah.
stage
yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and that was
you
the
don't want to
thing.
take it too far and get sued by the American Dairy Association.
Well, hey, if they
Our
want to
sponsor.
call me and sponsor me, we'd love to do that.
Same.
Good publicity.
We'll stop
isn't
using milk. We'll call you juice.
Yeah. Oh
it?
no.
Yeah,
I hate
no.
orange juice.
Oat juice. No, that's what they were
Or
trying
soy
to.
milk, man.
Soy juice. Yeah, they don't want to be soy
Yeah.
milk. It's got to be soy juice.
But when we started this whole thing, we were talking about changing the name. But our friends and family were just like, "That's too
Yeah, you
damn
gotta
funny."
bring
It's great.
They're like,
Yeah.
you know, and so I've been very conscious about like our posters, the artwork, to avoid milk iconography. Because I mean, on stage, I chug the gallon
yeah.
of milk and I
You
throw
do, you
it. But
chug
that's
the
like
milk.
it. I'm not gonna have someone dress up like a cow or
No.
like I'm not gonna have the glass. Like it's just stupid. The whole
Weigel's-
point because you know, I feel like if you get too much into that gimmick of milk,
Yes, too much.
it detracts from what we're trying to do, and you become a comedy act. And I never
Yes.
want us to be taken as a joke, you
No.
know, because
Yeah.
it's very important to me and the people that's in it, as discussed in our special you can catch on East
Yeah.
Tennessee PBS.
Yeah.
But anyway,
No, that could be
love
a
it.
problem. I used to know an artist named Bourbon Boy, and he would just drink, and he fell off the stage several times. That was the end of his career. So
Yeah.
be careful. Milkman's a lot more sanitized.
And so concludes the joke segment of our podcast by Lee. Thank you, Lee.
yeah.
I do my best. I do my best.
They're original. We'll give you that.
They are, which is not necessarily a good thing.
What's the you know what we haven't had yet on this podcast
What's
is
that?
the one question from Lee that I'm putting the pressure on you for
Wow.
Dino. What's the way? There's always a gem in these podcasts, and I don't know. I feel like we've had plenty of great things to talk about.
Yeah. So you want me to break that trend and ask him something stupid?
Yeah, no, poignant. That's a
Poignant.
good Lee question. You always have some like a really
You're
great.
really putting him on the
All
spot.
right, so
for
it
that.
can
No,
be serious.
God,
It can be
usually he
serious.
can. Yes,
Well, I'm
please.
very curious. What would actually happen? What would you say if you actually met Paul McCartney? Would you just become a blubbering
Oh, I don't
fool?
know what I'd that.
Think about it. What would you do?
He changed my life. I mean, I'd say saved my life. I think about that a lot. It's just and I've thought about that for
Good
many
question.
many years, but I've never been able to find the answer. You know, and it's just like, do I say, well, you know, I'm such a big fan, because then you start thinking,
Yeah.
well, everyone said that.
Everyone
said
You know, how do you? And you can't go, I love you, because like, how do you say that? And then you look weird. So it's like,
Yeah.
but you can't play it too cool. You know, it's just a mind game.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like John Lennon song. Mind
There you
game.
go. Well, you know, when I met Paul, I can call him Paul.
Yeah, your buddy Paul.
Yeah.
Sir Paul.
I asked him, I said, how do you determine what songs you're going to include in the set? Because you have the whole Beatles catalog. You have an extensive catalog of your own. And how do you narrow that down? And he gave a very, pithy answer. He said, I just think if I was in the audience, what would I want him to hear, to play? And he said, Yesterday, of course, and Band on the Run. And
Right.
So, he put himself in the third person. It's a good answer,
Well, and I've read your interview with him. I found it online. And I've seen him answer similar questions like that, and I've taken that approach. I know I'm not Paul McCartney, but the music I try to pick in our set is stuff I think is worth listening to.
Fun.
And we've done this 5 years come this summer, and we only have one album out right now of all original music, and then we have a live album out of half original, half covers. And people say, in that amount of time, you'd think you'd have more albums out. Well, I've been very deliberate and selective with our material because I don't want to release anything that I don't think is worth listening to or that hasn't had the attention and care put forth to it. And, I feel like people are just so crazy with social media and, I got to get something out, I got to put something out. They're willing to release whatever. And if it takes me, 5 more years to record this studio album we're working on right now, I'll do that.
Intention.
I'm going to, everything was so deliberate with that first studio album. And I just want to make sure that I'm making music that you can remember, that you can sing along with, that there's melodies that get stuck in your head.
Yeah.
Like some of our guys are kind of involved in like the art scene and some of the more experimental music. And, they don't like the word catchy, believe it or not. There's people that have turned off by it.
Allergic to pop.
And so, exactly. And they'll be driving down the road and I'll get a call. I'm not going to reveal this person, but he'll say, damn it, that song we've been working on, it won't get out of my head. Like, I've been thinking about this song all day. I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
You couldn't give me a better compliment.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And so,
oh no, it's catchy.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Yeah. Oh, God forbid it's memorable, right?
Yeah.
Memorable. And
Well, it was 2024 that album came out, the studio album.
Yes, just before my 24th birthday.
So we've got the live album coming out for the Bijou. Do you have a studio album in the chamber, as they say, or what?
So March 2024, the first studio album came out.
Right.
Let me tell you, all original music.
It is great.
Then at the end of August of 2024, we put out Milkman Live in concert, and that's the selections of covers and originals from that first album performed throughout Knoxville.
Do you prefer streamers to use like Bandcamp? Are you a Bandcamp guy? Or
No, I don't care.
Okay, Apple Music,
pirate it.
Spotify.
I tell everybody at our concerts, listen to it wherever you listen to music. I don't care.
You can't spend those pennies everywhere.
Or 16ths of a penny road. Because my thing is this: I'm so proud of our music and the work we've put into it. I'm hoping that if anybody hears that their work, that they'll come to see us.
Right on.
Like, so I don't care where you hear it. I don't care if you found it on a cassette on the street, whatever.
Awesome.
Like, just enjoy it.
Free the art. I love it.
But that record came out in August. Right now, we're currently working on another studio album of all original music, shooting for around 45 minutes.
And a date for that?
Hopefully next year, but if not, the year 3000. That's what I kept telling everybody when we were working on that first album is this next song will be out in the year 3000.
Nice. Nice.
But,
well, if you have it out, you have to come back and we can talk about that new
I
album.
Brilliant.
That would be really
and
great.
I have to just put in a plug. Your live album is so brilliant. It's not simply a live album that captures what you've done before. You do songs that I think kind of are unexpected. You did the Jefferson Airplane song, right?
Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Wooden Ships.
Okay.
Yep.
Edit that. But you did songs and you put your own arrangements on them. You didn't you do a Doors song as well?
Yeah, Touch Me from
Yeah,
Soft Break.
and it's just brilliant the way you transformed those songs.
Well, thanks. I've tried to toe the line between, playing songs that make explicit sense for the ensemble, like based on the lineup of the musicians. And I say that because, people look at us, you got to play Chicago. You got to play Chicago. You have horns. You have,
Or blood, sweat, and tears.
And so, but
They see yacht rock.
yeah, right. And so when I, pick songs, I don't want to pick songs that are necessarily like, obvious that we'd pick. I pick
Brass,
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, something like Touch Me had brass in the original.
Yeah.
So it made sense that we could play it, you know. I've never sat down and said, the instrumentation of that song is so, it'd be perfect that we could play it. No, I'm usually saying, let's take that song and add horns and strings.
Yeah.
Let's, you know, boost it. Like
Elevate it. Yeah.
Like Whipping Post by the Allman Brothers.
Yeah,
that didn't have
there
horns
you go.
and strings. But
Unbelievable. It was really impressive.
thanks.
You could do the Beatles' Good Day Sunshine.
I love that song.
That song influenced a lot of BS&T and some of those horn
Are you thinking
bands.
Got to Get You Into My Life?
All you need
Again,
is love.
edit that out, please. 2 bloopers and 1 pop. Oh my God. That, yes.
You think there were just 2 bloopers so far? Oh,
Who's
bless your
counting?
heart,
There's a lot of
as we say,
bloopers.
Randy.
Who's counting?
Hey,
Yes, got to
Dino,
get
I
you
spilled
into
the
my
milk,
life.
you know. It was
No,
No,
Oh,
got
bro.
to get you into
you gotta
my life.
you gotta struggle with not punning all over the place
I
with
know.
the name.
It really
it's
is
a
a
struggle.
challenge.
The
I should've
struggle
brought
is
some-
real.
If I was thinking, I would have brought milk with me and sipped on it, but I didn't want. You
Listen
know.
to the Randy Newman song with the first line, the milk truck, and I changed it to Milkman Brings the Sun Up. Perfect. You should do that as your intro.
There you go.
Milkman Brings the Sun Up.
Welcome to
I
your
like
new
that.
consultant, Lee
Yeah.
Zimmerman.
You know.
Dino, Milkman, thank you so much for doing our show. Really
Thanks for having
appreciate
me.
it.
Really, man.
So great to see you.
I don't know if
Thanks
you've
for
heard,
having me
but
over.
people tend to like take off after they've been on our show. We have tens of
Yes.
watchers.
Yes.
Yes.
They elevate to
Yeah.
a new plateau.
And if you like the show and if you want to support us, it's a great way to do that. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to ask for likes and subscribes and all
go
that
ahead.
garbage. No.
Come on.
Comment. If you leave a comment and say,
Comment.
I liked how Lee looks very cleaned up on this show. His hair, good hair day for Lee.
I watched it this morning, folks.
Just throw us a little comment, log in with a fake ID.
Yeah, that would
whatever,
that
clever.
would be great.
Yeah.
If you like us, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And speaking of likes, we want to thank the Oldham family for their support.
Absolutely. Wyatt Ellis for
Wyatt Ellis.
giving us his music to use
Yeah.
for the intro and the outro.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
And go to a Jay Clark show. He's phenomenal.
Yeah. Thanks again, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for sharing your music too. It was really great.
Thanks.